Hey everyone. So I'm finally here with my Q&A video. It's been a long time coming. Thank you to everyone who submitted questions and talking points and things. I really appreciate it. I have all my stuff here to start organizing some of my photo cards. But before we get into that, I do want to say that I have a link in the description of the video for another form for people to submit other questions or talking points, so I can potentially film another Q&A video. And then also in that form, I have a spot to request like video ideas, I guess, because a few of you have been like leaving me comments and sending me messages saying like you would wish I would do video about XYZ. So I will be taking request videos, and if it's something doable that I'm into, then I will definitely try to make something. Some of the requests have been about like photocard organizing, which is why I'm doing this. I got requests for the Q&A, which is why I'm doing this. But there's also just some stuff that I don't know if there's interest in watching. So like I go to a lot of cafe events and stuff, so I didn't know if people would like to see like hauls of all like the fan made things I get, like reviews of photo cards I get, things like that. Whatever possible 17 thing you would like to see a video about. If you have something or an idea, please put it in the form. I would love to hear your ideas and hopefully get something made that you guys are interested in. But yes, so today I will be doing Q&A with the questions I received. I did receive some duplicate questions, so they are combined, but I broke up the Q&A questions into like 4 categories. So we have one that's just like 17 in general and like pretty much like me as a fan. And then I have concert questions, there's merch questions, and then like events in Korea, concerts in Korea, those kind of questions. While I'm doing that, I'm going to be organizing my photo cards from Spill the Feels. PSA, I haven't organized anything in a while. I'll go into that because there's a question about it later. But yeah, I'm a bit rusty and I don't have any like current binders that I use. So I ended up buying a new one, some new sleeves. I'm excited to try them out, and I actually also got these. I don't know the actual name of these. They're like the little papers you put in the background of the sleeve with the photo card to like make it look cute. I bought these. I bought some other ones, but I haven't gotten them delivered yet. I don't think they're going to be delivered for a few weeks, but I have that. I have all of my sleeves and everything in here. So I guess let's just get going. First off, I'm going to start by organizing my cards, and then we'll get to the actual binder stuff. Okay, so I'm going to start with 17 in general, like me as a fan. Also, I'm sorry for my voice. I put off filming this for like a week because I've been sick and I lost my voice actually over the weekend, and now it's back, but I still sound kind of funny. So apologies for my voice. But yeah, I'm going to start with 17 in general, or like me as a fan. So the first question is, when did you start to stan 17? So I got into 17 in summer of 2016. I think it was like technically August. It was after Aju Nice music video had been released, because that's like one of the first things I remember seeing was like gifs of the like confetti explosion. I very much remember that. Yeah, like as soon as I was exposed to them, I started looking into them. I guess this kind of goes into the next question, which is why and how did 17 become your favorite group? I was not into K-pop before 17. For some background, I decided in early 2016 that I was going to move to Korea. I wanted to move abroad, and I just like, I couldn't decide between like Korea and Japan for like professionally for my job. So I like researched and did everything. And then by like January of 2016, I decided on Korea was the best fit for me. And at that time, I like watched K-dramas. I knew about K-dramas, but I didn't listen to any 17 stuff or any K-pop stuff in general. I remember using Pandora and listening to K-pop music on there, like the K-pop stations. And I did actually have some friends who were into K-pop. So I was kind of exposed like through them, like on Tumblr and things like that. They would post pictures and stuff, that kind of stuff. But besides that, like I didn't have any exposure to 17. I remember some online friends of mine posting 17 stuff, and that's how I was first exposed to them. And then I started listening to their music, and yeah, that's how I kind of, I guess, fell for them. So yeah, I got into 17 before I came to Korea, but it was after I had already decided to move. Um, and yeah, I like talk about lucky. Like the fact that I got into them then, like, and moved here, I was able to do so much in person here. But what really sealed the deal for me was like I started listening to their music and like all that stuff. But I remember the first thing I watched was One Fine Day, and that really sealed the deal with me. Like that really made me a fan. All right, next question was first member that you noticed. So technically it was Wanu because, like I said, I had online friends who were into 17, and I had a Tumblr friend who was really into Wanu. Like Wanu was their favorite. Yeah, I remember seeing like pictures of Wanu and everything a lot. And through Wanu, of course, I ended up seeing Mingyu because Mingyu and Wanu went together a lot. But yeah, technically it was Wanu. Okay, before you go to the next question, so I just sorted them by their backs. I must have stuff everywhere because I only have one Weverse thing here, and I definitely have two of them. So I just sorted what I have. This isn't all of them, but these were the ones that I was like, I'm not trading. So now I'm going to go through and take out everything that's not Mingyu, Wanu, and Minghao, because in my binder, it's just going to be Wanu, Mingyu, and Minghao. And then the other ones I want to keep, I'll set them aside and I'll have to figure out what to do with them later. Next question is, how long have Mingyu, Minghao, and Wanu been your bias, and why are they your bias? Great question. Technically, Mingyu and Minghao were like my first biases, and technically it was Mingyu first. Like I said, I had that online friend who posted a lot of Wanu, and so I saw a lot of Mingyu. And I remember, like, this is a very vivid memory of mine. Before I watched One Fine Day, and like before I got super into them, I remember watching the Monse music video, and like Mingyu kind of gave me the ick in it. I like I remember he was like super cool, and like he had his hand in his pocket and kind of like, and he had like that blue-gray hair that made him look really cool. But like that's not my type at all. Like I'm not drawn to like really cool guys, I guess, you know? But after I saw Mingyu, like especially in One Fine Day, like that really sealed the deal for me. And yeah, I just kind of saw like how sweet and considerate, and like he's just so much more than just like a good looking guy. Like that really, I don't know. I really like Mingyu's personality, honestly. Like I just think he's really smart and really sweet, and yeah, he's funny. He's like, it's interesting. Like, isn't the thing like, oh, your bias is like your ideal type? Like for me, he's not my ideal type. He's just like who I wish I could be more like. Like I admire him and I want to be like him. And I will never be like him. We're so different. But there's so much about him that like I admire, like how outgoing he is and everything. So yeah. And then Ming Hao, I don't even know like the exact moment he caught my attention. I think it must have been similar with like the Mingyu Wanu, where like they were often together, and so I just kind of like I stuck to Minghao like right away. I thought he was so cute. I remember like his cotton candy hair, his curly blonde hair, and really what sealed Minghao for me was also One Fine Day, but specifically if you remember, it's where Junghan tricks him to like pay with like the seafood in the little shop, and I felt like so much pity for Minghao, and I was like, I will protect you always. Like that's what I kept feeling and thinking when I saw that. And yeah, ever since then it's been Mingyu and Minghao. With Wanu, I've always liked Wanu. Like I said, he was the first one I noticed, and I've always loved Wanu. But he was always been like my third. What really, I guess, kind of changed it for me was back in the day, like starting when I moved to Korea and I started collecting photo cards. I collected everything. like every single photo card. Like, with the exception of like some broadcast cards and things, I have a full Mingyu and Minghao collection. I have like literally everything. Japan, Korea, Taiwan, like I have everything. That was like, it was fun, but also really expensive and everything. So I couldn't keep it up with a third member. And on top of that, one of my closest friends, Carrot friends, one of her main biases was Wano. And she also liked Mingyu and Minghao, and then also June. So like, it was also like, I kind of would like give her my Wanu stuff if I got like Wanu cards and things like that, because she collected him actively. But what I used to do is like, if I got Wanu stuff, I would just keep him. And now I full on like go out of my way to search for him. But yeah, I don't know, I love Wanu. I think personally I identify with Wanu a lot. I see a lot of myself in him. When people always say like, who are you most like for me it's like Wano, Minghao, and Uji. Like those are the three members that I most like. So I just think with Wano, I don't know, he's always been someone that I've been drawn to. Okay, so now that I have these all sorted, I am missing my Mingyu Weverse album. I'm not sure where it is. I know I traded for that in person, and so I must have put the packet somewhere. So I'll have to find that later, but everything else that I currently have is here. So what I'm going to do is, I guess, check to make sure that they're in like good sleeves, and then we can move on to the binder. So while I'm doing that, next question. All-time favorite 17 song. This is like the hardest freaking question in the world, dude. Like, how are you gonna ask me this? I guess if you like made me pick my top 3. And so also I have a paper in front of me where I like wrote out notes so I like wouldn't get confused and forget what to talk about. So what I put on my notes, this is tentative. My favorite songs change all the time. My favorite songs in general for like memories and like good feelings are probably Our Dawn is Hotter Than Day and Heaven's Cloud. Like those, especially Our Dawn is Hotter Than Day. I have so many memories associated with that song. I'll get into that more in a little bit. And then also Heaven's Cloud is just like such a perfect song to me, I guess. Like I'm in love with that song so much. My favorite song live currently is Monster. Like when they did Monster at the FollowCon, I lost my mind. Honestly, just such a good moment. It's so much fun. I love that song. So currently that's my favorite live song. And then I also have like emotional connections to Super, Pinwheel, and Haichung. Haichung is probably the song that has like affected me the most. I have a lot of happy feelings about Haichung, and Pinwheel just like honestly makes me super emotional. I love Pinwheel so much. And yeah, Super, like I think like anyone else, I have moments where I kind of like ebb and flow in my fandom. Like there's some times where I'm like super into it and it like takes up all my free time, and then there's times when I just like need a break or I have other stuff going on, so I'm just not as invested. And I remember like when Super and FML came out, like it sucked me in so much, and I was like, this is speaking to me, like this is for me. You know. Before I like get into changing the sleeves, I just need to make sure that these papers fit in the right one. I'm trying to decide, like, do I double sleeve the photo card and then like put the photo card in a sleeve, then put it in this one? I'm trying to decide that. Oh my god, it doesn't fit. So these ones that I have, they don't fit in this size. I do have this size, but they stick out the top. So I need a 63.5 by 91. That's what I need. But I guess I'm gonna try to make it work anyway. Oh, I also have these. These, I'm getting off track here, but I have these from Popcorn, and then I also have these from Mandu Deco, which a lot of you English speakers are probably more familiar with. And then these are from Ultra Pro. I really like Ultra Pro. Nobody talks about them because they're more geared towards like, I think like baseball cards and stuff, but the quality is really good. A lot of my stuff is Ultra Pro. Okay, this is tall enough, but too big, but I might end up doing this one. Let's see how it looks. Huh, I kind of like that. I might end up doing the Ultra Pro. The Ultra Pro looks like this, and the popcorn sleeves look like this. They poke out a bit. I also need to make sure that they will fit in the sleeves. Oh my gosh, they do. Okay, good thing I tried it because the Ultra Pro sleeves are too big. They don't fit in these pockets, so I'm going to have to use the popcorn sleeves, even though the card sticks out a bit. I wonder like what's the perfect sleeve for these then. Honestly, I didn't look. The site that I bought these pockets from and the binder and everything, I believe they did have their own sleeves. What I really liked about this site that I bought them from is everything is PVC free. So the binder, the sleeves, everything, the pages, everything is PVC free, which is very important for photo cards. So for these, I'm going to use popcorn. I'm going to use the smaller 56 by 87 and then put it inside the 63.5 by 88. A lot of these I sleeved as I got them. So if I believe it's my sleeve, I'm gonna leave it. So like all of these are in my sleeve. And then I always save the old sleeves and reuse them for other things. Some people might not like that because it's a used sleeve, but I mean, let's recycle, folks. There's way too much plastic in K-pop as there is. All right, next question was my favorite album. This is another hard one, but I narrowed it down to two for the sake of this video. The first one being You Make My Day. You Make My Day was like peak fandom for me. Like I was as deep as a carrot as ever, and it was like a happy carrot time. Like now I'm really deep into it, obviously, but yeah, I don't know. And now it's like there's a lot of negativity and stuff going on. So, but yeah, You Make My Day was very fun for me. And then also, as I mentioned earlier, Super was very important to me. And it's like it's a no skip album. Both of them are. You Make My Day and FML are totally no skip albums for me. Okay, next question was favorite 17 era. That kind of goes back to what I just said. It was definitely You Make My Day. That was like when I really got into like in-person trading. I started going to events. I mean, we'll talk about concerts later. I'd already been to a concert at that point, but yeah, it was just a very fun time for me. They had the truck event, which if you guys don't know about, is like it was kind of like a scavenger hunt. That's what they kind of marketed it as. But they had like these trucks come up. They put like a clue on Twitter or the fan cafe. This was way before Weverse. But yeah, they put a clue out online and you had to like figure out the location. And then when you went there, they had like a truck decorated for You Make My Day. And you waited in line and you got like a photo card thing, and then they had 3 events. So like one event you got a pot with soil, the second event you got sunflower seeds, and then the third one they gave you a bottle of water. The bottle of water one was a joke, by the way. How are you gonna give me a bottle of water? That's gonna be your gift? Anyway, the whole thing was like growing your own sunflowers because sunflowers were like a big part of the promo for You Make My Day and everything. And yeah, I remember going to that and getting the photo card. And it was like my first like non-concert experience, and it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with that. So I'm going to move on to the second category. The second category is concerts. So the first question was favorite concert I've been to. Again, I couldn't pick just one. For the record, I have been to every Korea concert since Diamond Edge. So every Korean concert since Diamond Edge I've been to, and I've been to a bunch of like showcases and fan meetings and that kind of stuff too. But I stuck to just like musical stuff. I didn't do fan meetings. But favorite concert I've been to, my top 3 are, number 1 was OTU. OTU was a really good time right before the big Rona happened, and I got to go to those concerts with friends, and I actually got to go to one of the Japan ones. That's the only Japan concert I've ever been to. So yeah, it just holds a lot of good memories for me. And then also I put Ideal Cut. And Ideal Cut was a 4-night concert event in Korea. They've never done 4 nights since then. Not in Korea, I mean. And that was the concert where they did the member solos, and I was lucky enough to go to all 4 nights, so I saw all the solos. And let me tell you, Mingyu's like the beginning, I sobbed. I like full on sobbed. It was so beautiful, and I'm so disheartened that like that song has never been released like a studio version. But also I'm like, you know what? It's a great memory to have. Like, I heard it in person. I still remember it. I went to a bunch of Mingyu birthday cafes, and one of the old school fan sites who's been around forever, she had a photo of Mingyu singing it, and I knew it instantly. Like, that was the beginning stage. I remember what he looked like. I remember his outfit, and I almost cried looking at that one, and it was just so emotional to me. But yeah, so Ideal Cut was very special to me. It was also a pretty small venue, especially compared to what they have now. And then the third one that I put down was actually a showcase. It was the Anode showcase. So if I recall correctly, they don't do showcases anymore. But a showcase used to be a thing where before the album came out, they would do like a lottery, and a certain number of fans would get to come to the showcase, and they would like premiere the songs, and they would talk a little bit. It wasn't a full-blown concert, but I did get to go to the one for Anode, and I remember I won like the lottery. I don't remember how the lottery was done. I think maybe you just applied on the fan cafe or whatever, but I remember it was on a weekday and I had to work. So I went there after work, and I remember like I was really disheveled. I was tired. Like, I had like a bad day at work. And I remember it was like unseasonably hot. And so I was wearing shorts. I had like a baggy t-shorts, like jersey shorts, and my hair was in like a messy ponytail. And I went to the showcase, and I was like tired but excited, obviously. I get there, and they're like, oh, you have to like go to the tent to like check in and like check your ticket. So I checked in, and they just give you like a ticket for the event after you show them that like you actually won the lottery or whatever. So I showed them my thing, and they gave me a ticket, and on the ticket it had like section, row, seat, but like mine said like 111. And I remember seeing that, and I was thinking that it was just like a generic ticket. And I was like, man, now I'm going to be like pushing and shoving and like going to have to fight all these people. And then the time came for us to like line up. And so like I went up to, they were like making lines and like shouting things in Korean. So like I went up to a worker and like was asking like, oh, like, where do I need to go? And she was like, oh my gosh, you have such a good ticket. And I was like, huh? And that's when I found out it wasn't a generic ticket. Like, it wasn't a first come, first serve, wherever. They were randomly giving seats to everyone. And I happened to get section 1, which was in the front, row 1, and seat 1. So like there was 2 sections in the front. So like section 1 was over here, row 1, and then seat 1 was on the far left. So I was directly in the middle in the front row. They were so close to me. Like, I have like a pretty bad memory. I feel like sometimes I forget things quite a lot, but like I will never forget that as long as I live. Like, they were so close to me. I can't even tell you how close they were to me. And yeah, they were just so close. I'll never forget an Ode showcase. Next question. Have I been to a 17 concert in the US? Nope, I've never been to a concert in the US. I've lived in Korea since 2017, so I'm only visiting the USA for very short times, and yeah, just never made it to the US for a concert. I honestly don't know if I would like the concerts there. The crowd is just very different, and I think Korean crowds and like fan culture align more with what I enjoy than US. But yeah, I've been to one Japan concert, which was Ode to You, and then I have been to every concert in Korea since Diamond Edge. Next question. This one was a doozy. Whoever asked this, I'm happy you asked this, but I also was like stressing about how to answer it. How are concerts, fan meetings, and events situations in Korea pre-Hybe versus after Hybe? So like how have events and fan meetings and stuff changed pre-Hybe and after Hybe? So it's kind of difficult to compare, honestly, just based on the company, because there's other external factors. So we have the Rona situation, 2020. So I think that whole situation changed things a lot. And then also, I think a huge factor in how things have changed is also the fandom growing exponentially. Like I said, when I went to like Ideal Cut and things, man, there was like nobody going to those. I mean, it was sold out, but like it was a very small venue. And like I said, I got tickets to every day, all 4 days. And some of my friends and my friends who have been around as long as I have too, have joked about like back in the day, the stress of ticketing wasn't getting a ticket. It was getting the ticket you wanted. You could always get a ticket. Like as long as you were there when ticket shop, you were guaranteed a ticket. It's just, did you get the seat you wanted? And nowadays it's like, so many people don't even get a ticket. It's crazy. Those two things are bigger factors, I think, than just the company switch. Another thing I think is there's way more foreigners coming to Korea for events. I think this is a combination of things. I think after the whole world shutdown thing, people were like more excited to travel. And then also obviously K-pop has become much more global. There's way more K-pop fans now than there were in 2018, 2019. And then there's also way more rich fans. So like, I think there's a lot of frustration with concerts and fan meetings and things. And of course, there's some blame on the company, but also, like I said, it's just situations with like them becoming more popular and everything. There's so many rich people who can just buy everything, or they can pay, thousands of dollars for a ticket, like, and it's just pocket change to them. So like that kind of skews the whole ticketing thing. Like, how can I compete with someone who can pay $1,000 for a concert ticket when I can't, like that kind of thing. It makes everything kind of harder to get now that there's so many more fans and there's so many more rich fans and like people using illegal means, like buying from scalpers and like bots and things. So like that stuff has all exponentially grown, and it makes everything so much harder and less fun. And that's not all on the company. Like that's just K-pop in general, Do I think they should do something about it? Yes. But also like pre-COVID, there was multiple times where I would buy a ticket and then I would get a better ticket. So what I would do is I would sell the first ticket I got at like face price, and I would just meet up with the person on concert day and hand it to them. And the ticket said my name and everything, but they were able to get in. But that obviously, I don't think they should do that anymore. I do think they should do ID checks because so many scalpers and things like that, like all that's happening. They need to find a way to stop that because it's making concert ticketing like such a pain and like impossible for a lot of people. But back then, like that wasn't a huge concern. Like, yes, there were scalpers, whatever, but it was like mostly for like front row, like all that kind of stuff. But now it's like, hey, you want a nosebleed seat? I'll sell it to you for $500. And I'm like, what? This ticket's like 110 and you're selling a nosebleed seat for 500? It's crazy. Also, one thing that's changed is like people using phones. Pre 2020, they were very strict. You cannot use phones at all. You cannot use cameras at all. And I miss those days. I wish they would bring that back. I think because so many things are like live streamed and stuff, And I wonder if it's the company being like, no, 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 this is good exposure. Like, people are promoting us for free. Like, I think that's how they're kind of seeing it. So they don't really stop it. But in my opinion, like, I hate it. That's one of the main reasons I never wanted to go to a concert in the US, because that was already a thing in the US before 2020. But like in Korea, you couldn't do it. If you took out your phone and they saw you, like, they would take you out. And then also, like, pre-2020, Pledis was really bad at keeping merch stock. Like, I remember joking with my friends that they think 17 has like 2 fans, because I swear to God, like, I remember like shirts and stuff at the concert, they would have like 20. And I'm like, you're having a concert with a merch booth, and then 20 people in, the t-shirts are sold out. Like, it doesn't make sense. And so now, like, Hybe is much better about having things in stock, but on the contrary, I think they make way too much merch. And a lot of people feel that way. Like, there's just way too much merch and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, there's too many other factors besides Hybe to just like blame everything on them. But if you had to ask me, like, do you prefer concerts and things now or before 2020? Easy answer, I prefer them before 2020. This video is going to be so long. I'm only halfway through my Q&A questions and I'm already at like an hour with filming. I guess talking a lot does add up. But so now that I have them all sleeved in their tight sleeves, I'm going to start putting them into the bigger sleeves with these backgrounds. I got these 3. Obviously, I'm going for like a purpley blue theme. So, and these are also double-sided. They have, so like 6 different backgrounds. Initially when I saw these in like the purple, I bought it because I kept thinking 17th Heaven, because there's a lot of purple in 17th Heaven. And I was like, oh, that'll look really good. So hopefully these don't exactly match the purple, but I'm hopefully planning on putting 17th Heaven in here as well. So hopefully these do not look too bad. And I also specifically picked out these 6 pocket sleeves because then I can do Mingyu, Minghao, Wanu. I can put 2 of each of them on each page. And these pages are double-sided. So I have one there and then one there. That's a really nice, I think. And like I said, the store I bought these from, these are PVC free, which is very important. And then all my sleeves are also PVC free. So to keep my precious photo card safe. So I'm gonna decide how to organize these. Okay, these are lucky draw. So the special ones we'll do at the end. So I'm going to start with the album versions and then carrot version, and then we'll get into the special stuff later. So I gotta decide what color to do before I start talking. I should figure that out. I'm gonna use the water ones because these are like wet, so I'll use these. All right, so next category is going to be events. I got quite a few questions about events. Our K-Carrot fan-made events, still mostly posted on X or Instagram, or X, Twitter, or on Instagram now. So yeah, what's really interesting to me is like Korea is always kind of behind on tech stuff. Like when I moved here in 2017 up until probably like 2020, you still had to use Internet Explorer for like banking apps and stuff. So I feel like Korea is usually behind on that kind of stuff. So everything is still on Instagram and X, everything. K-Carrots will have Instagrams for like fan accounts, but it's mostly just them like posting like fun social media videos and things. Yeah, like I have never seen anything on Instagram. I've even looked before. Everything's on Twitter and X. And then someone, I think this might have been the same person, they also asked, are there certain hashtags you search to find K-Carrot events? Yeah, so if you want to find birthday stuff in Korean, you need to write the member's name and then kappe or 생일, birthday. They also call them senka, which is short for birthday cafe. And yeah, sometimes they'll have other events, like fan sites will have show exhibits to show their photos and stuff. So for those, like honestly just follow like big accounts. There's often not keywords, and sometimes they use like, I don't know, they'll use like jargon or things to kind of like make it harder to search, I guess. I don't know what the logic is behind that, but sometimes, especially bigger fan sites, will kind of try to like, you have to know about the event or the account to like find it. There's also like a bunch of apps now. They are in Korean from what I remember, but a bunch of apps find and put everything on their site. Like, so you can just search like 17 birthday. Are you kidding me? These won't fit in the middle sleeve. I thought I was going crazy. Are they gonna fit on the end? It fits on the end, but not in the middle. So what do I do? Do I just put it in? I guess I can do this without a sleeve, huh? I can just put the paper in. Should I do that? Should I just put the photo card in without a sleeve? That makes more sense, right? Then I'm not wasting sleeves. I guess I'll do that. Sorry for all the questions. I've never used these like backing papers before, so it's a learning curve. Okay, sorry, back to what I was saying. They do have apps now that'll like compile all of the events for like a member's birthday or any K-pop idol's birthday. Also, I've seen people be like, pay us and we'll show you where, we'll take you around to the cafes. Guys, don't do that. Don't pay for it. Just use a translator if you don't know Korean and find it yourself. Like, don't waste your money on that stuff. I saw that and I was like, you gotta be kidding me, right? Like I said, search the terms in Korean. You can find it if you search that. And then often, like if you do search it and you go to like top results, not latest, you'll find K-Carrots who like compiled a list. So like, they'll be like, these are the Minghao birthday cafes. And they like quote tweet, what's it called now that it's not Twitter? They'll quote tweet it in like a thread, you know? So just do that. Next question. Do you like collecting print stickers, flats, or keychain pin items more? And then they also asked me like official or unofficial stuff. So for things like photo cards, only official. I'm not really into collecting unofficial photo cards. Just not my thing, I guess. But on the other hand, with things like stickers and pin badges and keychains, I am all about fan made. I love fan made stuff. I go to so many cafe events and things, and I did a haul video. I went to like an actual exhibition that was like all sorts of 17 fan artists, and like I love that stuff. First off, like I'd rather give my money to a fan than to a big corporation. And then also, like, I genuinely think that like fan-made stuff is so much better. I just think there's so much more love put into it. It's often better quality. It's more unique. There's so many reasons I prefer collecting fan-made stuff like that. Okay, so I only have one page done, but this is like I said the first time I've done it. I think it looks really cute. I hope it's not even in the frame. I'm sorry. I was so busy getting excited. There, now is it in the frame? The cover's kind of making it a problem. There, now you can see everything. I'm sorry about that. But now I gotta turn the page and do the back, so I gotta maneuver things again. Hang on. So I can't fit the binder in because I have stuff on this side of my desk. If only I could give you guys a desk tour. You'd see the disaster that my desk is. So I'm gonna take these out actually. Okay, now we have feel new. All right, next question. Do people make friends at cafe events in Korea, or do they go with their friends and stay in their circle? So to answer this, I do think there needs to be some background on Korean culture in general. If you're not familiar with it, Korea is very much a culture that like does not talk to strangers. So like, let me put it this way. I'm American, for those of you who don't know. I'm from America originally, and the American way is very like, especially where I'm from like a very friendly part of the USA, I guess you could say. Culture there is like, you talk to strangers, you say hello, you hold doors, you make small talk. Like that is very much the norm. And one experience I personally had was like when I went to visit my family back in the States after living here, I think it was 2 or 3 years. Someone I was waiting for my luggage at the carousel, and like someone came and like started making small talk, and like I froze. I was like, why are you talking to me? Like mentally, I was like, why are you talking to me? Because in Korea, pretty much if someone you don't know comes up and talks to you, it's like a scam, they're in a cult, it's something like that. And the culture here is very much like strangers do not interact. Of course, some things in K-pop are a bit different. So like at concerts and things, fans will exchange goodies and stuff like that. But in general, like while they might like make small talk, I don't really see people like going out of their way to make friends. That being said, a lot of K-carrots seem to make carrot friends somehow. It's kind of hard for me to gauge because I am a foreigner. I'm not Korean. So with that, it's already like harder for me to make friends in Korea. So like I don't know exactly if like they meet people and then start like talking and hanging out. I do know like I have met some really nice K carrots at events, and like we've exchanged Twitters or things like that, and like I'll kind of indirectly interact with them, like we'll like and retweet each other's posts, but like they don't really, we don't really like talk, you know what I mean? But like I said, I'm not Korean, so it might be different for like Koreans to do that. But in general, I'm babbling. This video is making me babble so much. I'm so sorry I'm talking so but in general, a lot of people do come in friend groups, some in really big, which can be a problem because a lot of cafes here are tiny. But a lot of people do come in friend groups, but also a lot of people go to events solo and just do everything solo. And I'm one of them. I very rarely go to events with somebody. Will be like pleasantries, but like I don't think people like really make friends, and they don't like sit with strangers and have like conversations and become really good buddies from what I know. It seems to be like people already know each other. So like I'll go to an event, and even if it's not run by a fan site, if it's run just by like a regular fan or something, like people, their friends will come in and they'll be like, hey, it's you, I haven't seen you in a while, blah, blah, blah. And they like exchange gifts and things. But yeah, like if you're worried at all about like going to events by yourself and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to be alone, I don't want people to judge me. Don't worry about that, because so many people go alone. It's very, very common. I go alone all the time. So, okay, this page, I really like this page too. So I have the first set done. I love these paper backgrounds. It really just makes everything pop, doesn't it? All right, next we got Feel You. For this, maybe this one I'll do. Okay, so that does it for events. I'm gonna run out of questions before I finish this because I'm talking, well, I guess I'm talking so much that I'm doing this too slowly is kind of what I'm gathering. So the last category I have is like merch and miscellaneous questions. The first question says, as you mentioned about the photo card sorting, they want to know whether I'm planning on making more videos about sorting and organizing photo cards in my binder. So as I briefly mentioned at the start of this video, I haven't organized anything in a long time. And I also briefly mentioned how I used to collect everything. So up through semicolon, I think I have like every Mingyu Minghao thing. Like I said, minus some broadcast cards and things like that. And I have it all organized, and I was very diligent about organizing. I was also very diligent about selling. I did pretty good, like, not popularity, but like I had a lot of followers and a lot of people bought my things pre 2020. And then when everything happened, like international mail shut down in Korea, so I had to stop. And then by the time I got back into it, there was just so many people, like so many people resell and so many people do group orders. And I'm just kind of confused. I'm like, where do so many people get the time and money to do this? Like, I don't know. Like, it's really wild to me how so many people can just like full-time sell things. So I can't really compete with it. And also it's still kind of a pain to ship things from Korea. Anyway, I'm kind of babbling again. But yeah, so since semicolon, I stopped collecting every single thing. Like when I say everything, I mean like I had everything, like all the Japan stuff, like pre-order benefits from every single store, like everything. It just became too much. Like when Hybe took over, there was just so much merch. As I mentioned before, it's like there's too much of everything. So I just couldn't financially and like mentally collect everything, and so I kind of stopped sorting things. So like I would just put things into little cases, like these kind of things. I have so many cases and cases and I have well over 1,000 photo cards, not just of the ones I collect, but like ones that I need to sell or get rid of. And I just haven't been able to do it. Like I don't know how I want to organize it, like with my binders and everything. I just tried once upon a time to kind of like reorganize my Mingyu and Minghao binders, because I used to just have it sorted by like Korea and then Japan and other countries. Like I had 2 main binders. I couldn't do it. And yeah, so I haven't done, this is the first time I'm like actually sorting stuff. Like the only other time I've done it is like if I'm going to trading in-person events, I have to like organize them in like a side binder I have so like people can look through. But like I haven't done anything like this in a long time. Okay, now so I'm gonna come back to that question in a second, but I need to decide how I want to organize these because I have 4 per member. So I guess I'm thinking maybe I'll do 2 of each member on this page and then 2 on another page. So I got to decide how I want to split them up, and then I need to pick a backing for these. We got a lot. Maybe I'll do 1 page in these and then 1 page in a different one. You know, I'm thinking of maybe going back and like, because I'm not going to have enough cards to do 17th Heaven with, and I really want to use these on 17th Heaven. I should like take out the ones, one of them on this side. Like, let me show you what I mean. So like take that out like that. I think I'm gonna do that. Let's do that, Sylph. So while I undo all this work I just did, let me go back to answering the question. Just haven't been sorting for years now, and so I am excited to get back into it with stuff like this, but I'm very overwhelmed. I have so many cards. Even though I stopped sorting, I've still kept up with collecting. Not as hard as I used to. I definitely don't have full collections anymore. It's just like impossible with having the multiple members I collect. I know some people do it. I don't know how you do it. I don't want to waste that much money, and I don't have that much time to like be searching for stuff to buy. I don't know. You guys would like to see this more. If you enjoy watching this, then please let me know and I'll try to do it more. And I think that'll also motivate me to kind of stay on top of sorting too. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. Still looks pretty good. Okay, next question. Is there old merch you wish they would make again? Oh my gosh, I have answered this before, long time ago. I actually made a video, like top 5 things I wish they would make again. I'll link it in the description if anyone is interested. But yeah, there's definitely some merch I wish they would bring back. One of the big ones was the transit card scanners. I went to dig mine out. These are from Japan. I want to say this was like Haru something. Mine's all beat up, as you can see. But when you scan it, it lights up and it says 17. It's in the shape of like the 17 logo. They did a second one that was blue and it had like a diamond drawn on it and it said carrot, and I still have that one in its original packaging. I never used it. I just keep using this one, even though this one has seen better days. It also used to have like a pulley thing, but mine broke off. But yeah, I've been using this for years and years, and I wish they would make this again, but it probably wouldn't be as good as quality as this because the merch quality definitely tanked when they switched companies, or when they got acquired, I guess. So I wish they would make this, but in good quality. And then I also really miss the animal bonbonies. These were also from Japan. I have all the ones they released. They had like a rabbit, a dog, a cat, all that stuff. I loved those. I guess maybe like Mini Teen is coming around, so those are going to be kind of obsolete. But I did miss those, and I kind of wanted them to do a bonboni for each member, kind of like how they did with the stickers. They had a set of bonboni stickers that were like each member, and I really loved those. And one of the huge things I wish they would bring back is OTP photo cards. So if you don't know what OTP means or what I'm talking about, pretty much just the pairing photo cards where like it's two random members together. I don't know why they stopped doing that. Yeah, I don't know like what the business decision was or if it was personal, like has to do with like the boys having to work longer on photo shoots. I don't know what the reasoning was, but I miss those so much. Those were the best, and a lot of people miss them, so I really wish they would bring those back. But honestly, at the end of the day, all I really want is good quality photo cards, and the quality of photo cards has tanked. I talk about this like pretty much every video, but yeah, the quality has really tanked. Okay, finished album and carrot versions. So now I gotta get into the pre-order benefit stuff. I guess I could do Weavers, but I never ended up getting Wanu's Weavers. Sad face. No one would trade with me. And like I said, I don't know, Mingyu's is somewhere. It's in like the little orange envelope. Oh my god, wait, did I find it? Oh my god, yay, I found Mingyu. Literally, I was just staring off to the side and I had it stored on my desk. See, past me did know that I was going to be doing this video and I set it there and then I just forgot about it. Also, I only have one question left for my Q&A and I'm like nowhere near done. Last question. I wonder if this was sent by a new carrot. Because I was a little confused by it, but let me read it. It says, how do we apply for meet and greets? What's the process in applying for concert raffles? Can international fans enter too? So by meet and greets, I'm assuming you mean fan meetings. If you mean like the meet and greet stuff in Japan, I don't have really any information on that. I don't do any Japan stuff. Japan has so much stuff. They have like the send off and the meet and greet and all that stuff, and I don't have any experience in any of that. I know a lot of it is like kind of difficult to apply for. You have to have like Japanese phone number, be able to pay like in limited ways. They don't just take like PayPal or whatever. So I don't have much information about that stuff. But if you mean for meet and greets like fan signs, then I can answer that. So fan signs here, you have to buy albums and then you get entered in as many times as you bought an album. So if you bought 10 albums from the fan sign event, then you get 10 entries, that kind of thing. And they pick them at random. It's usually a small amount, usually about 50 people, so not a lot at all. Like with some fan signs, they always do one through Weaver's shop. That one, like when after you buy the albums, you have to apply through like the Weaver's app. There's like, you got to put in your name, phone number, all that stuff, and then like actually apply. But for a lot of the other stores, I'm starting to lose my voice again, so I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this. When you buy through other stores, when you buy them, you enter in like your name and birthday and everything. Honestly, fan signs are pretty much impossible to win unless you're rich or a fan site, because people buy like hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of albums, and the same people always win. So fan sites always win, super rich fans always win. Since 2020, I haven't heard of anyone random winning. Before 2020, it was definitely feasible for you to win, even if you didn't have like a lot of money or things like that. But now it's just the same people always win. But yeah, you apply when you buy albums online through whatever stores are having the fan sign. And even if you don't win, you get fan sign photo cards, so I always apply or buy albums just to get the photo cards. I know I'm not gonna win because I only buy usually like one set. But yeah, that's how you apply. You have to buy a bunch and then they randomly pick like 50 people. I honestly have no desire to ever win a fan sign. I think the in-person ones are okay. I think the online ones, there's a lot of like bad behavior from fans, and I don't like the whole like, I'm talking to you so I'm gonna make you do things. Like, do this for me. Dance, monkey dance. Like, I don't like that whole mentality with it. That might just be me. These are my kit photo cards, so I'm gonna leave the spots blank that I don't have. I have both of Wanu's. I have one of Mingyu and one of Hao. So if I ever get the other Mingyu and Hao one, I'll put them in. Still can't believe I got this one. So blessed. I'm putting them in the wrong order. I was so excited. Also, they asked, can international fans enter? Yes, there's a lot of international fans that win. But yeah, you can definitely enter even if you're not Korean. You just have to be able to buy. If you're doing Weverse, you can buy on the global site, but like for the online stores, I don't know if they ship internationally, do they? I've never had to do that, so I'm not sure. But international fans can definitely apply and win. Okay, so I am technically out of questions, but I'm almost done. I only have lucky draws and these two to put away. So I think I'm just gonna try and talk and finish. Thank you again to everyone who sent me questions. I really appreciate it. This was kind of fun though. Like I said, I'm starting to lose my voice again, but, and I babbled too much, I'm sorry. But now that I've like done this, I can actually sort a lot faster. So hopefully if I do another video, it won't be so much of me like fumbling around with all this stuff. So that being said, like I mentioned, if you have any video requests, something you'd like to see, let me know. And I think I would need like something to talk about in these sorting videos if I did like a long one that wasn't just like a quick under a minute reel on Instagram reel, YouTube short. I was even thinking like if I did a sorting video, I could do like a meme thing, like, you know how they have the things that ask you one question a day, like 30 questions about 17. I thought maybe reading and doing something like that. I don't have links to any. Oh, I meant to say this. I'm really actively using my Instagram now. So please, if you're on Insta, follow me. I'd love to follow back and interact with other carrots on there. I post all my YouTube shorts. I also post on there, and then I post some exclusive things too, like if I go to events and I have photos, I post it on there. I'm very actively using it now. But yeah, please follow me. And then that also does remind me, I would like to sell things. I just currently, like, I think I could only sell to people with Korean addresses. So like if you have forwarding addresses, I'd be able to do that. But I don't know, like international mail, the price kind of never went down from 2020 when it like stopped and then it came back, but it was super increased. But yeah, if there is interest in buying things that I have, just let me know that too, and I can try to set up things. I have a lot of like non-photo card stuff I'm trying to get rehomed too, because as I've mentioned before, I have so much 17 stuff and I just don't have the room. Like I'm out of room. I don't even have room on my shelves for albums. Like I just keep stuff in boxes now because obviously I buy more than one album, as if you've watched my other unboxings. But what I do is I give away extras for free to people here in Korea. But even like the one copy of each album version I keep, like I don't have room for it. But yeah, let me know about that. Like I said, I'll take video recommendations. If you want to submit questions for a future Q&A, I'd love that too. This was actually a lot of fun to film. Okay, so here is the finished thing. I gotta make sure I keep this in frame. It's so funny seeing it like this because it honestly doesn't look like a lot. And I was like, oh, I have this big stack, but it's really nice seeing everything all together. And I'm in love with the background paper. I think it just makes it look so much nicer. Yeah, I hope I can get the stuff I'm missing because then it would look even better. And then in the rest of this, maybe I could put 17th Heaven or something, or 17 is right here, but 17th Heaven I'm more into photo card wise and stuff. But yeah, that does it for this video. First time doing a Q&A. Sorry if it was awkward. I know I babbled a lot and I was kind of awkward with this because I've never used the like paper backgrounds and things. Man, this was fun. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Again, please follow me on Insta. We can chat on there and check out the forum if you have video ideas or questions or talking points you'd like me to discuss in another video. Please let me know. Really, really appreciate it. But until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.